Today, we will highlight some of the top original Netflix shows that you may have heard about but have not yet seen. If you enjoy binge-watching Netflix content, you will learn about numerous top shows that you may want to add to your list of things to watch in the future. Additionally, we aren't going to talk about new shows like One Piece or others in this video because we already discussed them in our most recent video on a new web series. Now, let's start the video. Number 10. Ghoul. It is a supernatural horror thriller series based on the folklore monster Ghoul. The drama takes place in a dictatorial regime-controlled, nightmarish society. The main plot is about Anita, a new investigator who is transferred to a covered facility to question an unstable prisoner. But as she probes more deeply into the questioning, she learns that the prisoner might not be who he appears to be. Soon her search for answers turns into a fight for life, when the prisoner creates unimaginable chaos on interrogators, revealing some of their most humiliating secrets, while Anita attempts to learn the terrifying truth behind prisoner behavior. Number 9. Designated Survivor. It is a political thriller series created by David Guggenheim. The narrative centers on Tom Kirkman, a lower-ranking government official who becomes President of the United States following a disastrous incident that killed everyone in government. Being suddenly placed in charge, Kirkman must prevent crisis in the nation while learning the truth about the attack. The show has 3 seasons, and the first one is absolutely exceptional. But the next 2 are not quite as good as the first. However, if you typically enjoy political suspense stories, you might really like this one. The show offers an intriguing look at the difficulties faced by persons in positions of authority, while also exploring issues like criminal acts, global relations, and how to strike harmony between protection and freedom of speech. Number 8. Your Turn to Kill. It is a survival mystery thriller series created by Yasushi Akamoto. The plot of the show centers on a group of people who get caught in a strange game where they have to solve riddles and deal with potentially fatal events. This will remind you of Square Game and Alice in Borderland, as the basic focus of these shows is survival. The main attention of the narrative is on Nana and Shota, new husband and wife who moves into flat and get embroidered in murder investigations that occur there. They get pulled in to unravel the riddles of these bizarre deaths as neighbors are being killed off one by one. The main positive of the show is its surprising plot, which frequently introduces fresh challenges and shocking developments, keeping viewers guessing throughout. The series brilliantly develops anticipation and excitement, keeping the destiny of each character very hard to predict. Number 7. Cleo. It is an action thriller series created by Hannah Hackford, Richard Croft, and Bob Conrad. It is undoubtedly one of the most overlooked Netflix shows of 2022 and a must-see for fans of action-packed thrillers. The story takes place in 1987 and centers on an agent named Cleo who faithfully completes the tasks given to her right until the point at which she gets betrayed by one of her colleagues and is sentenced to a lifetime in captivity. Although when she is freed after the collapse of the Berlin Wall in 1989, she chooses to take revenge on the individuals who wrongfully accused her. Meanwhile, a police officer who is aware of her background interferes in her quest for revenge. Overall, Cleo is a slick action thriller with the traditional premise of a spy going rogue and fighting the people who betrayed her. But the setting of this series adds interest to the plot and transforms the story into something enjoyable. Number 6. Black Spot. It is a supernatural mystery thriller series created by Matthew Missoff. The show revolves around in the tiny remote community of Villafranche and tells the tale of Captain Lorraine Weiss, the mysterious police chief, as she looks into a number of puzzling killings that frequently take place in the town's nearby wilderness. The frightening forest is the major highlight. It is beautiful, but a lot scary, wrapping the town in a haunting ambience. The story's tense tone is enhanced by the bleak surroundings when bizarre killings begin to terrify the entire village. The primary protagonist, Lorraine Weiss, is a fascinating lead character. Her complicated background and unyielding commitment to finding what is true make her an engaging character to watch. The show perfectly combines folklore, mythology, and the supernatural with its narrative to create an unusual and thrilling blend. Number 5. The Haunting of Hill House. It is a supernatural horror series directed by Mike Flanagan. If you think horror stories will not frighten you, just wait until you see this one. Believe me, I have to pause this show many times during the horror sequences because of how scary and bizarre this show is. It moves really slowly at first, but once you become invested in the plot, there is no turning back. The show focuses on the Crane family as they relocate to the Odd Hill house in order to repair and auction it. However, they quickly learn that the house is possessed by evil ghosts who have a strong link with the family's history. The story is portrayed in two timelines, switching back and forth between the family's former traumas and their present-day life as they find themselves having to deal with the awful occurrences that took place in Hill House. You must pay close attention at this point to avoid being confused about what is happening. Number 4. Barbarians. It is a historical war drama created by Andreas Heckman, R. Nolting, and Jan Martin Scharf. The series has had 2 seasons so far. However, after a fantastic first season, the second wasn't quite as successful as the first, but was still worth watching for fans of historical action shows. The story takes place amid the Roman army's invasion of Germany in the 9th century and chronicles the journey of Arminius, a German warrior, split between his allegiance to his homeland and his connection with Varus, a Roman commander. Arminius was taken in by Roman troops as a young child and had been taught how to participate in battle. Years later, when he returned to his town as a Roman soldier, he found himself confused between his own tribe and the great empire. Number 2. The Emperor. It is a historical drama series based on the life of Princess Elizabeth of Austria. The drama is set in the 19th century and centers on Sissi, also known as Princess Elizabeth. The series traces her development from a cheerful young girl to the great queen of the country. The show has a strong premise, which is made even better by the gorgeous cinematography and outstanding cast. The narrative starts when a young Elizabeth marries Emperor Franz Joseph, who was supposed to be her sister's husband. The rest of the narrative unfolds as she settles in Vienna and struggles to deal with the shifting rules of the court and her husband's coming family who annoy her from the start. With its investigation concerning power, dynamics, and influence, the show contains compelling characters, unusual narrative twists, and political suspense that will keep you engaged the entire time. Number 1. Top Boy. It is a crime drama thriller series created by Ronan Bennett. The show's story concluded with the release of its 5th and final season on September 7, 2023. So to prevent spoilers, I will give you the general idea of this show and an understanding of what Season 1 is about. The show takes place in the shady neighborhoods of East London and explores the complicated world of drugs and gang activity while depicting the daily lives of the violent criminals and the locals who are affected by their activities. The main characters of Season 1 are drug dealers named Duchesne and Sully, as they run their company together smoothly until an opposing drug distributor steals their significant supply and forcing them to track down the person who stole it before the manufacturer takes action. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.